We do a lot of songs that have only one guitar, and that's actually kind of what I prefer. It's just nice, and I feel like I can hear it really well. But it's never a really good Christian song without adding acoustics to it. So you have to do that, right, Jeff?
That's
you have
right.
a little bit of experience with that. So
it's important.
It's important. So I do like getting an acoustic that sounds great. The guy who played on these tracks plays very nice. Has a good guitar. That's half the battle right there. He is singing and playing, so at times, we've talked about that before, the playing takes a back seat.
Yep.
That's okay. So I think if we do a little bit of doctoring on the channel, we can deal with that. So here's the acoustic fully processed. So
sounds good.
Yeah, it does sound good. And I think the pickup on there is like a simple, just low-high kind of thing.
Okay.
So I believe I have him kind of trend a little more towards the high end on the pickup. But the EQ is really basic. So here it is without the filter and EQ. Not bad. So
yeah.
I'll put it back in. Then I don't think you can get a great acoustic without really nailing the compressor quite a bit. So I'm going to do it without the compressor in right now. A little loose, a little gangly.
Pretty big difference.
We'll listen to it, then I'll add it. I also put the tube emulator on it. If you have the option to put in something that sounds like a tube, I mean, for the love of all that's holy, do it.
Might as well. Snap them if you got them.
That's right. So that's what's cool. So that's the basic processing. There's something else on the SSL that I kind of like doing on acoustics, and it's a saturator. And to me, it says saturator, whatever that says, and I just, in my head, makes sense that it says voodoo.
Okay.
You just kind of go saturator,
more voodoo.
So I'm going to take that off. So here's the acoustic. Ignore the volume, but if you just listen, that's just the acoustic with the EQ and the compression. So now I'll add the saturator.
It's like another compressor.
Yeah, but it's doing some crazy, the controls are not even things I understand, and I'm too cool to actually go look up what it means.
Yeah.
So again, it's one of those things of, we're an audio person. Put it in and start playing with the knobs and see what you like.
Yeah.
And the guy who trained me on this console said almost the identical thing. He's like, you're just gonna have to put it and see where you like it. I really like it on acoustics. So that has become part of my chain. So there you go. The only other thing now is I send that out to Waves to pick up a processor there, which really does a nice job. So we're gonna listen to this with it in, and then I'll take it out. The acoustic sounds really cool. This thing just seems to take it another level as far as processing.
And the thing for me about this Maserati plug-in is that excite knob on the right side.
Is pretty exciting.
Like if you put it back in and then just play with that excite knob, just see what it does.
Here we go. So we're back up. It's adding some chorus and some phasing and all kinds of stuff. There's also a drive. This is, to me, when I start messing with all this, it's like, okay, someone's already built me a really cool effect chain for an acoustic. I didn't have to go build it. And I love that it has a pre-delay, so you can, there's just some stuff on there that seems to me to make the acoustic sizzle. And I remember one time I was doing something with, 12 acoustics on stage or whatever, which I guess that's just normal Sunday most everywhere. And I asked Jeff, being kind of acoustic wizard, what he uses all the time. And he suggested this, and I just threw it in. And it's been really nice, and every opportunity I just use it. So I'm gonna put everything back in with the acoustic, and we'll hear, I've got it panned opposite where I have the guitar. So when you put them all in to the blend, it sounds pretty cool. Starting to become a song.
I think that because there's so much top end in there, that acoustic is just kind of sitting on top of everything. Yeah. As a solo instrument, if that was your only thing, you might not like it that way.
Probably gonna want some more body in it.
But because everything else has so much body in the low mid, for that to just sort of sit on top is great.
Yeah, it's nice.